Morning. Sorry about the cold, but today I'm going to talk about soul longing. God gave me that as far as just the idea of my soul longing to come home. Even when I didn't know it, I was actually texting an old friend of mine. He was one of the guy. He's the guy that visited me in rehab, and I didn't have the ability to appreciate friendship back in those days because I was so caught up in my own brokenness and self-centeredness from that brokenness. But that longing that we have, even back then, I was searching and striving for love and acceptance. I just didn't know where to go. But that longing that we have comes from God. See, we weren't created to be apart from God. We are created in His image and to be united and connected with the love of God. But because of the fall, we come into the world apart from that love, so we're always searching and striving for it until we find our home in Him. So we go down all these different paths and avenues trying to fill that void within us, whether it's a destructive path like addiction, or it's a path of success and power and all those things, searching for that, which never satisfies in the end. So then we go on to the next thing until we really come back to God and experience His peace and His joy. The last 7 years, there's been nothing like it in my life. That thing I was looking for out there in the world, I found in Him. I experienced the peace of God. I experienced the love of God. I experienced contentment in my life for the first time. And that's only in Him. It's living from the inside out rather than the outside in. I always lived from the outside in, searching, thinking that that woman was somehow going to satisfy my soul, and she couldn't. Somehow that addiction, that ecstasy or cocaine or you name it, all the different drugs, somehow is going to satisfy that brokenness and heal that which was missing in my life, which was the love of God. At any time in our brokenness, we can come home. Come to me, all who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest for your soul. And Jesus was so dead on right in that we can, whatever path we're on, looking for that fulfillment, it will not fulfill us in the end. It's temporary satisfaction. But at any time we can come home to Him and have rest for our souls. We can find our home, we can find our center. And then everything about our life changes because we were not created for us. We were created for His image. We were created for Him. And what we chose was, I am my own. That's the basic choice of it. We can continue to choose to be our own, or we can come back home and have rest for our souls. That is the choice. And if you're out there trying to get satisfaction in the world, in your job, in your physical appearance, in whatever it is that you think how's that working for you? If it's working, keep on doing it. But if you ever come to that place of realizing that this isn't enough, I love what Jim Carrey said. He said, I wish everybody could get everything they could possibly desire. And then what they'd realize is they'd wake up and they'd still be themselves, that it's not enough. The book of Ecclesiastes is all about that, about the realization that, he had everything on steroids. Solomon had everything you can imagine, all the women, all the power, all the prestige, and it was not enough. Without God, it means nothing. It's like spitting in the wind. But we all have to come to that conclusion of choosing, I want to continue to be my own, or I want to submit to God and experience something so much more beautiful. It's your choice, but if you are, call me. If anybody wants to call, I'll share my story. I'll share the beauty of God's love. Whatever you need. My heart is other people experience the same beauty and love that I have. God bless y'all. My number 559-472-8817. God bless.